California for contaminating their drinking water. Well, her crusade to get victims to stand up for themselves to this day continues. Erin's in Calgary for a speech tonight. We are so happy to welcome her to the show this morning. So nice to meet you. We were just talking boots, you know. We're having
the good stuff.
But you are here to give a speech tonight at the YWCA for a big fundraiser. Tell me what your focus is there.
Well, you know, my focus is clearly about organizations and the communities in which they work and giving back. And the YWCA has done that, and they've been here for 100 years, and they're just a solid representation, a beacon of hope for women and their families who are transitioning, who can be lost. And they really help them refocus who it is that they are and they can become, so that they're happier, more productive, healthier community members and human beings, and the YWCA supports them in that, and I applaud them. They do great work, and I think that that's our job, and we forget to do that, is to just reach your hand out to another, to your neighbor, and what it is I can do to help you in a bad circumstance, and they do that.
And we learned so much about you from the movie Erin Brockovich. First of all, how much of that was true to life? You made an appearance in the movie, so clearly.
I did. That was so strange. That was uncomfortable, but it was actually very true to life. And I appreciate Universal and Steven Soderbergh doing a film that, you know, truth is stranger than fiction, they say. So it was very accurate. And, you know, a lot of my work was just about even why I'm here tonight with the YWCA, is trying to help others through a situation, creating awareness, using our voices, becoming united to just make something better for all of us.
I'm curious though about sort of even growing up and sort of leading up to that time in your life that were privy to. How did you get your chutzpah? Like, did you have somebody, you know, the way you're going to speak to people tonight? Was there somebody that you kind of...
My mother and my father. I was born and raised in Lawrence, Kansas, out in the middle of nowhere, and I grew up almost as an underdog. I have a learning disability known as dyslexia, and my mom was always a cheerleader for me and always taught me to have stick-to-itiveness, and when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and the power of believing in yourself. And that's what I think is missing from so many of us, is we second-guess ourselves, or if we're not this or not that, or don't have this education, or you don't wear this or you don't drive that, therefore you're what, nothing? Nothing could be further from the truth, and it's really all about finding the motivation within yourself to move forward. And my mom was my biggest cheerleader and was always there.
Now, I'm not going to ask you if you get overwhelmed by, you know, the numbers of things you could advocate for, but I mean, it has to be pretty daunting sometimes, and because you do so much work. There are specific focuses, and sort of women's rights is one of them.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I'm not just an environmental advocate. I've become really a consumer advocate. There's so many issues, and I think the best thing that I can do is get into communities, work with those consumers, and teach them how to use their own voice and be accountable to themselves and for what they see going on around them, and speaking out. See, if every one of us did that, we might just not have all these problems across the board.
It's sort of that teach a man to fish adage,
Absolutely.
Right?
It's very true. And so I don't come in there to enable them. It isn't about coming in and stirring the pot, as everyone thinks I do, but it's about giving them a voice. And I want communities and people to take back, you know what, this is your town. You know, this is your land and your water and your city and your neighbor and your life. And I want us to feel inspired by that and take control of it, and not just think that there's somebody out there that's going to do it for you.
What to you is the most gratifying? I mean, we've seen some, you know, the big awards and that settlement, but what to you kind of warms your heart the most?
Things like tonight, being a part of the YWCA, who are the core, and being around the women whose lives they've changed, and the appreciation that they have, and that thankfulness. It's beautiful. Those truly are my favorite moments.
Well, we are thankful you've come by today. You inspire millions, and
nice
more tonight. Erin will be tonight at the YWCA Why Whisper Gala. It starts with a cocktail reception, 6 o'clock in the TELUS Convention Center. For more information, as always, head to breakfasttelevision.ca. What a pleasure to meet you.
It was
Thank
nice
you
to
for
meet
coming
you.
in.
Don't forget the boot tip.
I know. I have to write a name down for her. We're going to check in with Jill Bellin. Speaking of shopping, celebrating Christmas in Inglewood this morning.
Christmas in Inglewood takes place tonight between 5 and 9, and we're checking out Kent of Inglewood after the break. Amazing gifts for the lumbersexual in your life. We're going to explain that term, too. Stay with us. You're watching Breakfast Television on City.
Take your shot at scoring big. Play Sportsnet Pick and Play, powered by Kia. Anyone can play. It's easy. Just select players from Saturday games and cheer on as they collect points for a chance to win weekly prizes. At the end of the season, 2 brand new 2015 Kia Forte 5 Turbos are up for grabs. One for the leader and the other in a grand prize draw. Make your picks at sportsnet.ca/pick-and-play. Kia, the power to surprise.
On a moonless night, the gods wanted to give sparkle to the party. Ferrero Rocher, a heavenly layered delight. Make your moments golden. Ferrero Rocher.
With festive outdoor lights, beautifully decorated wreaths, a light show shooting star,